Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're playing this ogre something, gladiator of Uskayo just for fun. We're playing him. There you go. Mostly I guess because I wanted to get my Uskayo win. And it's been a fair while since I played this game. I tried out Hyper Rogue and it's been a lot of fun. But I wanted to get back to Crawl. So what I need to do now is see what the heck this character was up to. Do a quick inventory scan here. So we have a giant spiked club. Great. We got one ring. Most of the armor that ogres can wear. That's nice. Inventory wise, we're carrying around a whip of flaming, which I guess was like in case I have min delay or accuracy problems with the spiked club. We've got a runed robe I forgot to try on, it looks like. A few useful throwing weapons. A rod of ignition. Oh, that sounds familiar. Okay. A lot of teleport. That's good. A few reasonable wands. A scroll of identify. So we'll identify one of these potions in just a sec. Although maybe I should identify a wand? I could identify my wand of lightning. Are there any potions I really, really want right now? I've got agility. I don't have might. It would be nice to identify that. But I have 3 berserks, so that's pretty good. And a book of cantrips, which seems a little optimistic, but I guess I should have learned apportation by now, huh? Okay. Skill-wise, working on the maces and flails. How much maces and flails do we need here? Min delay 24. So you need a lot, but it's still good before then, I guess. Have we found Lair yet? No. I guess that makes sense. We're on Dungeon 8, so it's somewhere between 8 and 11. So it's only 1 in 4 to have found it by now. How about our defenses? They're pretty bad. Our armor and evasion are quite poor. That's kind of how ogres work. We have, of course, a lot of hit points. So that's going to be our what we use to compensate for such terrible defenses. But I'm also training dodging, it looks like, which I agree with. I mean, fighting is generally quite good for an ogre because it multiplies your HP, which is already quite high, and it's a lot cheaper. Yeah, I think I'll turn fighting on along with the dodging and maces and flails. Fighting is just so good. But I remember I had some fights where it was just like I just kept getting hit and hit and hit, and I was down to like half or maybe a third of my total health. So, I don't know. I'm worried about this character. I don't really know how to play ogres. This robe is useless. And we'll identify... let's go for a potion. Brilliance. Fine. Let's memorize apportation. It's not easy to cast, of course, but that's fine. And I'll take animate skeleton as well. Okay, I think we're all done here on level 8 of the dungeon. And I appreciate... Oh, man. This is like the first... I'm looking at this and I'm thinking about hyperbolas and like all kinds of weird stuff. So I've just been playing Hyper Rogue. Alright, so I'm going to have to play pretty slowly, I think, for a little while to get back into the swing of things. It feels a bit choppy. Let's get out the... I need to not rush into things because I think I will make a lot of poor decisions if I do. Just because I'm out of the habit of crawl thinking. I think a Rod of Ignition is pretty good. It should melt all these orcs, do a reasonable amount of damage to Hippogriff and the Troll. Well, it's going to miss one of the orcs, I guess. Yeah, I know it'll hit me. That's fine. Ah, killed the Hippogriff. His rod is so good. We got the troll. Oh, wow. And we did so much damage that we're up to 3 stars of piety. I guess not the first time. I remember this happened before. And I was confused because it paralyzed a freed slave who I figured we would not be hostile towards. Okay, so that went, like, pretty well. But we made a lot of noise. And spent all of our charges, so Ring of Loudness, whatever. Spent all of our charges, so we can't do it again in the next combat. I need to like. Oh, I see a lava. That could very well be the entrance to Lair. There's the one that used to have a fire drake, but now the fire drakes are gone. I think it has a hellhound. Yeah. Am I prepared to deal with a hellhound? Like, I don't know, not really. This is not. I mean, I'd like to go to Lair, but there's no rush. We can clear the rest of the floor and make it as safe as possible over there first. Plus, I forgot, there's a Bailey on this floor. It's kind of weird to see a bunch of metal here. I'm not sure what that's all about, but it could be worth investigating. Also this, interesting, metal and a door. Seems like obviously some kind of vault. Who poisoned me? Dagger of Venom. Rude. Logitang, pretty good weapon, but we already have like the best. Let's go up here, try to figure out what the deal is with all this metal. See if maybe it's somehow related to the Bailey. Although I guess not. We would have heard it closer if that were the case. Okay, yaks shouldn't be much of a problem. I'll just pull them back to this doorway just in case. Bailey is still very distant. Yeah, see, like, just tabbing 2 yaks cost us quite a lot of HP. Which is why I would like to increase my dodging. And also, like, I don't know, I mean, increasing your offenses helps with your defenses too, right? Because you are in battle for less time if you kill your enemies quicker. So I don't want to overreact. Oh, let's go ahead and stomp these guys. Not bad. I don't want to overreact to my constant... Ooh, I'll take it. I have horns. Well... Do I want that instead of a hat? No, I think I like the armor better. Wearing a hat cancels out the benefit of horns, so... I'll take a blowgun, I guess. I do have a bit of throwing skill from the gladiator start, so maybe it's useful. They're a lot less useful since the change to blowguns to depend more on your skill level. It used to be that even at 0 skill, blowgun was very powerful, and now it's like not that great. Oh great, here comes the hellhound. Alright, see you later. Yeah, the hellhound and all those yaks. Really, I'm quite surprised we were able to sneak up on that guy all that way. And even get like a stab kind of thing on him. Not that you can really stab with a giant spiked club, but kinda. I would love some... Okay, it's distant now. Distant from here. Alright. So that's closer than it was. Bunch of kobolds. I could back up to the other side of this wall. Or I could charge them. I think it's just clearly safer to back up. It wastes a little bit of time that I would... Ooh. Ooh. I'd rather spend that time chasing down the Bailey, honestly. Huh. red ugly thing. He's not going to be too impressed by our Rod of Ignition is one of the reasons he's so scary. A white ugly thing is usually more scary than a red one, just because they do so much more damage. But when you have a Rod of Ignition, I think you're a lot more worried about red ones. So I'm thinking about consumables here. The other thing about ugly things is that you can't really... I mean, you can run away from them, but they're faster than you, so it's not going to work very well. I'm looking very close at Berserk here to deal with him. And combined with, maybe even combine it with agility, although I don't know that that would be necessary. A Berserk Ogre with a giant spiked club is pretty scary. We'd lose our god abilities, of course. Well, we wouldn't lose the paralysis at 3 stars, but we couldn't invoke the stomp or line pass. We could also try a wand on him first before we go berserk, but I don't think it's really going to do much at 0 evo. Yeah, I think I'm just going to attack these kobolds and go berserk against the ugly thing. Quaff berserk. Yeah, so it hurts, but we got him. Oh, and we paralyzed them as well from the 3-star ability. That's nice. And I didn't pass out. That's nice too. And we're still hunting for the Bailey. It looks like we're getting pretty close. But we're slowed right now, which is, there we go, quite a problem. I think it might be in here somewhere. Yeah, no. It was nearby up here, and it's far away here. Could it be in this way? This looks very suspicious. But it doesn't seem to be... That's a Fetos altar, okay. So this makes me think... What? It could be up here, actually. No, still distant. This way? I'm starting to worry that we're going to run out of time. It looks like it's... What is this? A ring and something else. Yeah, there's the Bailey. Okay. We have so much damage with the giant spiked club. It's quite nice. The problem is that it just takes a long time to swing and all that. And is not super accurate either. Alright, so one thing to keep in mind is that it's really no shame to abandon a Bailey. I don't know if I'm going to, but when I came in, I noticed that it's this island layout where they have a bunch of guys with crossbows. And we don't really have a good way... Oh, well, Rod of Ignition. Yeah, that's true. I was thinking we could maybe just leave, and we still could. But I'd like to try with the Rod of Ignition first. This is the guy with the Arbalest. The others do not have Arbalests, so I want to prioritize him. Yeah, so if I target here, it's hard to tell whether it's hitting the guy northeast of him or not. But you can tell, because if I move west, then the square right here, the one I'm pointing at this moment, see, it's not lit up as being damaged from when I aim here, but it is being damaged when I aim here, which means it's hitting the other orc and exploding. Okay, got him. There's still an Orc Warrior shooting a bolt. That's this guy. Ugh. He's in steam and might just die. Oh, right now he's out of my line of sight from all the steam. Looks like I got him. The steam finished him off. And these guys are paralyzed, but that doesn't really help. Because the only way I have to do damage to them is my Rod of Ignition, which is on a lengthy cooldown at the moment. So I'm just going to step back up here and rest. This guy has a halberd, but he's not over water. So we should be okay. Eee, yikes. Oh yeah, don't use my Rod of Ignition. Good reminder. All right, everyone is currently over water, right? Or on the other side of some water. So I don't have to worry about... Hello? Let's eat some meat, please. Nothing happens. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. I'm pressing I instead of O. They must have changed it, because it used to be that if you did that, it would say, you can't eat that. Yes, go ahead and keep eating. It's fine. Oh, wow. He has a bolt thing. All right, forget it. Let's leave. Okay, so we didn't get any of the loot from that Bailey, but we didn't die. And we did get to kill a couple of orcs for some reasonable experience. Nothing too impressive, but... How do we get a centaur? We could run around the corner to the northwest, but he would take it pretty wide. Like he would come into view around like here or something. They're too smart to be trapped by corners. They try to go wide around the corner if they can. I could just charge at him. And what I think is better is to use this doorway. That prevents him from taking the corner very wide. God, I'm bad at ogres. How on earth does anybody win these things? Like, they're supposed to be, or at least a lot of beginners anyway, think that ogres are super easy because they have so much health and all that. But it's like, I don't have any defenses, and I can't get any. Every time I attack something, I'm in mortal danger. I guess I'll get out the Rod of Ignition here, even though there is a Hellhound who won't mind it too much. Can I... Is there any way I can get both of these guys? Doesn't seem like it. That's a little awkward. Also, what is the deal with this shot? Where is this hitting? This is a super weird set of things to light up. Because it looks like I'm hitting the southern yak, but the square west of him isn't exploding, isn't being damaged, which makes no sense at all to me. I don't know. I'll just pass the turn. Oops, that's not what I did. I accidentally used the thing. I'll just back up, I guess, until I can line up a couple more of them. That ought to be fine. Yes, the Hellhound took no damage. Oh, nice paralysis, Uskayu. Thank you very much for that. Alright, so I've never seen 4 stars before, I don't think. I don't quite understand how Pain Bond works. Does it mean that when I hit one, they all take exactly as much damage as if I'd hit them all? I don't think that can be true. So let's try to pay attention to how much damage these guys take, right? This, well, it's sort of hard to tell, isn't it? These two are both moderately wounded, and the one on the left is heavily wounded. Or it was lightly wounded, rather. I don't know. It seems like it's going okay. So we're up to 5 stars, which means if we had better invocations, we could use Grand Finale. But as we gain more piety, the difficulty that the amount of invocations necessary to successfully use Grand Finale will go down. Right, they're no longer sharing their pain. I'm not sure how much it did. But okay, they got paralyzed. Did I see? Then they're doing pain sharing again. I don't understand, like, why it seems to go in and out so much. Okay, so that fight was not great because we lost a lot of health. But I feel like Uskayo helped. That's cool. Might as well since the Hellhound is dead already, exclude that area. The one we had a bunch of was Might, which is great news. I figured it probably wasn't, because Might is not that common. Potion of Mutation. You know what? Maybe I should. I don't know. I don't have any Cure Mutation yet, so that's silly, right? Forget it. Get out of here. I still don't think Mutation Roulette is usually a good idea, despite the recent increase in the amount of Cure Mutation you get. Somewhat recent. I guess it's been a while now. I think the players who already liked Mutation Roulette now like it more. Are you kidding me? Alright, let's go Berserk here. Sure, whatever. How come I can close doors when I'm Berserk? It says you slam the door shut, you know, which is cool, I guess, but I'm sort of surprised it lets you do it at all. How are we for time? That was a very long Dungeon 9, I feel like. Let's see about doing Dungeon 10 and then dive into Lair. And then, rather, cut the video and then dive into Lair. And Ifrit? Oh, you don't see those too often anymore. I don't know. Do you? Has it changed at all? Unclear. Oh, God, ogres are terrible. All right, let's quaff, like, resistance, I guess. Having just low fire resist is going to help a fair bit, I think. Okay. It's just like, I have a ton of HP, but it just goes away instantly all the time whenever I'm fighting anything. It's just much more comfortable to have a small HP pool that doesn't, like, just constantly vanish, in my opinion. Alright, so our jewelry situation currently is we have one ring and no amulet. Could buy Amulet of Guardian Spirit, that might be nice. Or Dismissal. Did they change Amulet of Rings of Ice yet? Yeah, it looks like they did. It used to also weaken your fire magic in addition to giving you negative fire resistance. So that, like, a Ring of Ice and a Ring of Fire exactly canceled out. But it doesn't anymore, which is nice. It was kind of annoying to be like, oh, I'm a fire mage, can't wear Rings of Ice. Now they're still not great most of the time. They're like resistance swaps and enhancers if you use the right spell school. But of course, we're obviously not buying one of those. We might prefer... Well, oh, I can't afford any of this. What am I even... Did I spend a bunch of money already? Anyway, these are things I would like to buy. Did I spend a bunch of money? How do I look that up again? I spent 312 gold at shops. Don't remember why. Probably potions or something. And since the last time I played, there have been a number of changes. The one I'm thinking about now is that Lair was shortened the same way that a while ago Lair branches were shortened. So Lair is now just 6 floors. And you can now start seeing layer branches as early as like layer 2, I think. So the layer entry vaults are a lot more frightening to me anyway than they used to be, because you can run into them so much sooner. There goes a bunch of killer bees, but aren't there some more just around the corner? There's one. Oh, what else has changed? I don't even remember. I think Ripestate. I actually have no idea how to say that word. It occurred to me just now. Like, I already knew. I wasn't really quite sure how to say it, but I was just like reading it, right? I wasn't saying it aloud, so it didn't matter. Now here I am on video, and I look like an idiot. God, another red ugly thing, really? Well, let's see if we can... I hate to use my last Berserk on him, but actually I think a Potion of Might could be fine. And, you know, is Berserk really more valuable than Might? Should I try to save Berserk and use Might instead? Well, maybe. The reduced flexibility in terms of what actions you have available for Berserk certainly is a downside against Berserk, but especially for an ogre who just hits things all the time, it's probably fine anyway. The main problem is that we have only 1 Berserk and 5 Might, and so that's why I would choose to use Might instead. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and pop the Might. Or maybe I should pop Agility? Nah, Might. Alright, we got him. And there's Curari on the ground here. Scroll-wise, we do have a couple duplicates that I should remember to read soon. Let's try this on as well. Put on L, Ring of Intelligence, sure. Not really helping much, but it doesn't hurt. And I wasn't using any other ring slot in that slot. Book of the Sky. Deflect Missiles is a good spell. Oh. I thought it was Repel Missiles. I thought I could someday hope to ever cast it. Whereas Deflect Missiles is just never ever going to happen. So I just wasted 6 spell levels there, probably. A Hill Giant, I'm not as a... Well, they do a lot of damage when they hit. But I think as an ogre, I'm just like a stronger Hill Giant, I hope. Let's, I could try blowgunning him with something, but I think just a Rod of Ignition is a good opening salvo. I'm not doing a lot of damage to him, but I think it's fine. Throw maybe a Javelin at him for good measure. Fine. That hurts. Alright, I'm a little worried about this guy now. But he has such slow attacks that... Oh, I could have line passed him. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I think we need to leave, though. Oh, wait, where are the stairs? Oh, they're up there. Whoops, going the long way. Taking the scenic route. We're gonna take the scenic route nice and slow. Don't buffer up inputs. Don't walk in a direction until we've seen the previous walk was successful and nothing weird happened. Okay, and off we go. This Rod of Ignition is eating into our food supplies, which is not generally a big deal, but I don't know. I always, like, I think about food sometimes, and I remember, like, oh yeah, it's impossible to starve to death ever. Which is not, like, totally true, but it's pretty close. And so to a first approximation, you can just ignore all hunger effects, and whenever something makes you kind of hungry, you just eat some food, and like it's fine. Yaks. Okay, so I'm going to actually pop a fruit here so that I can use my rod of ignition without passing out. Yeah, and there's a nice shot. I hope Uskayo appreciates this. Just 2 stars, huh? Yeah, so even having eaten a fruit, that made us near starving, which is like why I ate the fruit first, because I might have been starving and been unable to finish off the fight had I not eaten first. A vampiric artifact spear. Well, not today. Maybe on some merfolk. I mean, lots of characters would be happy in the early game with a vampiric spear. A spellcaster would appreciate it as a secondary weapon, perhaps. Spears are reasonable for them. And let's... the Rod of Ignition didn't seem to phase him last time, huh? Maybe use agility? I can just run away. What am I thinking about? Why waste a consumable? Let's just leave. See ya. And we'll head to the entrance to Lair. And in the next video, we will dive down and try out this, what's the word, truncated? Truncated is an okay word for that, I guess. Abbreviated is the word I was looking for, though. This abbreviated layer that's been introduced. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.